Hello everyone and welcome back to another awesome day on the Wiarcraft server. This is episode 8 and today we're gonna be building something massive. So let's recap our progress. The time I've been waiting for the iron to come by, I've gathered a lot of materials, namely a lot of stone slabs, cobblestone. Well, this netherrack is just temporary blocks, a lot of glass, a lot of dark oak wood, lapis, redstone, some quartz, some beginning of redstone mechanism, a lot of gravel and sand. And we are in the middle of nowhere, in the sky. So you might be wondering what I'm doing here. I can try and give you a hint. We are in a dire need of iron. Is that a skeleton down there in our boat? Interesting. Dire need of iron, and I give you more or less a couple of seconds to guess what we're gonna do with all of these resources up here. So much blue concrete. Anyway, this is the part where you have to build this villager bouncing thing, and I found it that honestly, well, you drop a bucket of water here, water goes down, you build 11 blocks, you build your platform there so you can work on, and instead of building a lot of temporary blocks and supports, I found it easier to actually build this red dust line going in there, following the further part of the tutorial. Of course, this bit is a bit wrong here. I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not, but I did it so I can get through it. So this is actually my stepping ladder until I finish working there, and then this will remain. Of course, all of this is all built, so you might, if you know what tutorial I'm talking about, you probably know where I am now. Nope, doesn't work. You have to get this block lower for the comparator to work and the line power up. So at first I thought it was a great idea, since we already have a villager breeder, to bring all the necessary villagers we have. Unfortunately, this is what you come to after you AFK a night near the breeder. So all of this ton of these villagers were coming through the portal or in here, and it's a giant mess. And I don't have any interest of taking 50 villagers or so to the Iron Phoenix, so I've devised something else. So of course, the side villagers, 2 on this side and 2 on the other side, I do use normal rails to bring all of them over, and that guy should go in the cell over there. Let me just get him and enclose him so he doesn't die. And of course, as soon as I got him in, it's getting dark and it's raining. How nice. The main thing I want to show you is the main holding cell for the villagers. So the ideal is that the 2 holding cells are here, and what I did was put a weight and heavy pressure plate, which actually can output a signal depending on the amount of entities that stand on it. So from 1 to 10, I believe this one's gonna be lighting up. From 11 to 20, this one's gonna be lighting up, and from 21 to 30, this one's gonna be lighting up. But because of course the entity cramming is on and we only have 24 entities maximum there, that should be enough. I think Tango said something around 40 plus in these 2 cells should be sufficient. So I am implementing an on location breeding. I think it's Unary Bits design. So these two villagers are gonna be breeding and dropping villagers in the both directions. I really hope the distribution will be even, because I try to be as minimalistic as possible. This is where I will be feeding them from, so I'm gonna be throwing a bunch of food in here so they are willing to be breeding. And I also have one villager on top there, which actually doesn't know that there are doors on top of him right now, because he's one block below of from where he can detect the villages doors to make the village. So if I flip the sliver here, he'll be in range of door detection, and then the village gonna be complete here and those guys can start breeding. But for now I'm actually disabling him, simply because the idea was that this village would be functioning until I'm bringing the other villagers in and finishing up the some bits and pieces. But the problem is that if this village is on, as soon as villager pops into the portal, he can see the village and he runs in that gap there and getting stuck in this redstone circuitry here. So I had to disable the village for now in order to bring all the villagers. I have one in my villager elevator. There should be one. There we go. Zoom in. There we go. That's the happy villager. Let's see if he's not suffocating. No, he doesn't seem to be flashing, so that's perfectly working. We brought the villager down there. That's the villager down there already ready. I have to make the doors on top of him. And I'm also missing the villager here on the boat that's jumping, but the villager that's behind these doors on the boat is already there. So let me wrap things up. I need to bring one more villager in, and then I can happily announce to the rest of the guys that they can kill all the other villagers in the nether. They seem to be having fun doing that. We have a little gift at our base here. So after that awesome dragon fights, I went offline and the guys continued raiding the end and the end cities, and they brought me some gifts. Apparently this is all the gift from all the other guys, including a mending bug. Very appreciated. Thanks. Lots of shulker shells. We can make a lot of shulker box, and this shulker box is I presume orange glad deliveries. Right, I presume this is to feed our two villagers at the Iron Titan to breed some more. Well, thank you, much appreciated. I'm gonna be picking this. I'm gonna taking it with me. It's about time we started multiplying our villagers here. I still have this guy disabled for now, and since we're gonna be needing a lot of crops, I decided I'm gonna be building a farmland over here. So I'm gonna be building a typical 9x9 over here, and I'm gonna be planting potatoes. So whenever those are ready, I'm gonna chuck them into villagers, and I still have to complete the middle one. So that's gonna give us a nice opportunity for staying here for a while, so they can breed, so the crops can grow, and then so we can throw the crops into villagers. Let's get to it. enough time has passed that I actually finished the covering of the east platform with the slabs, so the according to Tango, so the golems won't spawn there during village creations. Of course, I've put all the water in the fences, and I actually started preparing the platform down there for the killing chamber and storages. So this thing has been producing potatoes. So far so good. Yeah, we still have some more, and I've been checking these to the villagers in. Thing is, they've been producing, yes, but it looks like, first of all, they aren't enough, that's for sure, and it may be that they are having preference to the west side. I don't know. Doesn't supposed to be any preference in direction, but oh well. I guess it will take more time than expected. Realistically, maybe I should just AFK during the night. So I'm gonna go to sleep and check on this tomorrow morning. It's the next morning, and it seems like this is above 20 villagers now, including some small ones apparently, and these are below 20. I guess either it's taking them so long to repopulate, or they run out of food. Anyhow, I still have plans in this area, namely building collection system and actually starting some tests. No, unfortunately I cannot start tests without turning this village off. Alright, I'll wait until I get all 3 of those leads, so we're only waiting for this last one. And in the meantime I'm gonna be constructing the collection slash killing slash everything else. Alright, so let me show you what I've been doing here. This is the killing chamber, 3x3 with lava on top, hoppers, nothing new, some chests, and this is the floor I'm going for. I actually wanna keep this rather open, let's say transparent, so you can see where you are, that you are in the middle of the sky. These extra blocks here is because I actually this where the reset button is up there. So I'm gonna be bringing that button somewhere here, maybe like 3 blocks top, so you can click on it. And I also need to put a lot of info around it. So anyway, this is gonna be the portal. I kinda like it like this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep decorating this. Probably need to add couple more here, so it doesn't look like a suicide path. Anyway, well, with my texture pack with the clear glass, this looks awesome, for me at least. I like it. I haven't done anything here, so you can drop down to your likings. Yeah, so I'm trying to make this one the main thing. I'm gonna be tearing down the farmland. I'm gonna be tearing down the how do you call them? The netherrack, which are temporary blocks. Simply because I'm pretty sure we can go around with ender pearls from now on. Even if I go up there, if I actually don't oversight, I tried oversighting and I end up in the ocean floor. It's funny that if you throw it in the water, it actually takes a long time to sink, and it's annoying. So anyway, I'm still waiting on that one. So I'm probably gonna start clearing some netherrack and temporary blocks. Actually, let's see if the crops are grown. Yep, nice. We can collect and feed them. So maybe that speeds up the production. The villagers are still breeding. And since I have to spend some time here, and it's not my nighttime or anything else, I thought I'd spend some time giving you some my personal recommendations on how to make this, let's say, survival recommendation. So I've added an extra line here with an extra gate over there, which kind of helps if you actually build it before you put the other redstone, because while you're building and testing stuff, a lot of redstone is actually starts working, and this villager keeps dropping down and on and off, and all of this is actually working. So I had to install additional manual, let's say, on-off switch. So this basically, even if you spam the reset button and the gate is closed, nothing will happen. Of course, I already covered the thing here. So it's better to build this redstone line here, which I'm showing with a crosshair. This one, you better start building it in the beginning, because it actually helps coming up and down, and also helps with the putting these slabs in on the glass here. Well, it's of course up to you, but that's my recommendation. Yeah, Tango's tutorial actually focuses from making things kinda, especially here, basically you have to collect all the resources, you drop down and you build, I guess, from the bottom up. Sometimes he builds things which are unreachable in survival, let's say, easily, so you have to make a lot of scaffolding blocks, which I don't like, and also it's easier to build the farm in a way that you so you place the block and it's scaffolding for you later, which is much better. Yeah, of course you can build this platform right away, so you can cross around, and not like me. I've been doing all of this crossing on and off around. Of course, I found that building this platform down here is significantly easier, because you build this one, and then you put 3 blocks and you build the next one, 3 blocks and build the next one. That's how I did it. The other thing as well, on the other side here, you can see that this is how I've been going around. It's a bit annoying. So if I had to build the platforms first, but you had to build a lot of torches, or just place this line. I don't know. It's up to you, basically, whatever you prefer. It's easier. And on the part here, when you build the platform down there, let me try and go there. So when you build this platform here, it's easier to just go and build both of these redstone stairs, basically. Build this one. I actually build it from there, so I put a couple of blocks in between and build it over there. Here, of course, yeah, you have to break the blocks or don't place them in the beginning, but they are empty blocks, so I didn't need any let's say problems placing them back in, just like that. And the last but not least, you see this is an awesome redstone line, but there is another one below. So honestly I suggest building the one below first, and then building the other one. Let me try and get there. We can see some hearts. Hello there, guys. Breeding. Nice. This is the reset button down there, so I suggest building that line first, and then building the other lines. Basically. So Tango's tutorial goes top down on this part, and obviously in survival you better build from bottom up. Also, it is nice noticing, well, not really nice, I've started building the majority of the platform. I built majority of the farm prior to killing the dragon, meaning prior going to the end dimension, and I'm telling this because I could always have access to ender pearls from the villagers, but I built all of this, um, most all of this without ender pearls. And honestly, ender pearls are very helpful to jump around, but not with these platforms here, obviously, with these lines, because you don't fit in there. That's 1.5 block high, or even, yeah, 1.5 block high, and you can't fit in there anyway. So building these lines bottoms up is much better. And last but not least, you probably noticed, and I've been to this platform many times, but you're probably wondering what's that platform over there. This actually is this is my AFK concrete maker. Tutorial is by Nembon. I found this very handy. So basically you place you put your concrete powder in your left hand, and you have your axe, and you press both mouse, so you place and break, and because the water is touching it, it becomes concrete. And this observer detects the change, and there is a redstone behind here, so that powers the dropper. And you put a bunch of powder here as well, and if you stand correctly, you basically it spits into you, and you have endless 9 stacks of concrete powder. And this hopper of course collects the concrete in there. Nice little nifty farm. I decided to make it here on the spot because I never knew how much remake of concrete I needed. Yeah, it helped me a lot. Now this is not very nice. I guess we still have space for improvement. I wouldn't want this creeper to explode on our redstone somewhere, but for him to spawn we definitely have some dark spots somewhere. Anyway guys, I wanna wrap up this episode by showing you what I have finished with. So I've cleared all the farmland here, including all the scaffolding and all the netherrack here. I've also included the sign that for this farm to work, this villager should be lowered, which he is, so this village won't interfere with everything else. So you can see both our villager chambers are full, meaning that they are having 21 and above villagers, so that's probably 42, maybe 43 villagers, honestly. If it's above 40, it means that we're going to be having the required amount of golem spawn. And what I've done here, I've extended the button downstairs, so this is the lovely button. I've extended it with torch tower basically. So if we jump down here, you can see I've added a little sign. By pressing this button, I accept the terms and conditions. Basically the terms and conditions are, you come here, if you're gonna activate it, you're gonna stay here for the night. Simple as that. And I also kinda enclose this button with a little lever and a hatch, like in the blockbuster movies when you wanna launch something big, like a torpedo or I don't know, other kind of big weapon. You kind of have the button protected so you don't click it accidentally. So this is basically, you have to click a couple of buttons before you start it. So yeah, this is how it is. So that's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed the episode, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, bye bye.